A former butler of the royal family has lifted the lid on what it was really like working at the Buckingham Palace. Richard Kerrigan, originally from Kent in the UK but now lives in Sydney, said he got the job at the royal household after finishing school. Appearing on the morning show, the British man revealed his royal duties, including event preparation, greeting guests, and setting the table in the ballroom for banquets. Scroll down for video. Richard Kerrigan, pictured, was a former butler for the royal family at Buckingham Palace. The British man revealed his royal duties, including event preparation, greeting guests, and setting the table in the ballroom for banquets. File image. "It was a crazy time in my life," he said. "We'd lay the great table. When the plates are all set up, you've got to measure it with a ruler and make sure the plates are all in line. A lot of these functions have 180 guests around the big horseshoe-shaped table and you've got to make sure the glasses are polished, the silver's in the right line. Out of 180 guests, there's probably about 4 staff per 8 or 10 guests. So you can imagine how many level of service we're silver serving." Related articles previous. 1 next. The friendliest cities in the world revealed, the happiest. Remove temptation, retrain your taste buds and try the one. Forget personalized Nutella. This Christmas you can get your rugged up. Crown Princess Mary wraps up in looks $3,100. Share this article. Share. 685 shares. Script dm.later, bundle, function, if, dm.rotator, new dm.rotator, p23, page size, 1, page count, 1.0, active class, active, rotate, false, $, number p23.share, .on, click, function, dms.facebook.post.top, related. The former butler gave a glimpse into what went on beyond the gates of Buckingham Palace. "The royal family do acknowledge you but they're busy with their guests. But they do acknowledge you and say hi. They're so nice. It's amazing." The young man, who claims he has been in the same room as the Queen, said there were signal lights to indicate to the butlers when they were allowed to enter. "First of all, it was quite a cool little system as a traffic light system," he said. "We're behind the scenes, and there's a green and a red traffic light system. So we're not allowed to go into the room when the little red light is on. So when there's any speeches on or anything, they want us to not know about, and as soon as they press the green button, we go in." The young man said he once had to deliver the Queen's soup, but only to the service hatch. CO host Kylie Gillies asked Mr. Kerrigan what was the most bizarre or unusual thing he was ever asked to do as a butler working at the palace. "One of my first events, I went down to the kitchen to get what I thought was just food up to the main service hatch," he recalled. "I was on my own in the lift, and they gave me this thermos flask. I looked down and it says the Queen's soup on the side of the thermos flask. And it was that moment I realized, I actually got the Queen's soup in my hands. We're actually not allowed to serve her. I had the Queen's soup in my hands. I didn't give it a taste, unfortunately." Speaking about the strict security, Mr. Kerrigan said he got in trouble once for trying to take a photograph of himself wearing the uniform inside the palace. File image. Speaking about the strict security, Mr. Kerrigan said he got in trouble once for trying to take a photograph of himself wearing the uniform inside the palace. File image. He also got to work at Prince Charles and Camilla's lavish wedding. "I was lucky enough to be at the wedding, that was an amazing experience," he said. "The security was heightened through that because it was a prestigious event. But it was great, it was amazing to be rubbing shoulders. But after a while, you kind of do get used to it and you had to relax." Speaking about the strict security, Mr. Kerrigan said he got in trouble once for trying to take a photograph of himself wearing the uniform inside the palace. "We're obviously wearing the penguin suits, and I tried to get a little selfie but straight away, they deleted it off your phone," he recalled. "You can't have phones in there, you're taken into a metal detector each time you go through, so it's quite a high security process to go through there." He said the most famous banquet he worked at was when the then President George W. Bush was a guest of honor at the palace in 2003.